Emily had always been curious about the old house she inherited from her late grandmother. The creaky floorboards, the musty smell, and the eerie silence all seemed to whisper secrets in her ear. Each corner of the house felt like it was hiding a story, waiting to be discovered. One stormy evening, while exploring the dusty cellar, she stumbled upon a strange, hidden door. The door was cleverly concealed behind a stack of crates and boxes, its wood weathered and ancient, with rusted hinges that seemed to groan in protest. It looked like it hadn't been opened in years. As she pushed the door open, a rancid, musty smell wafted out, so thick and putrid it made her gag. The air beyond the door was thick and heavy, as if it hadn't been disturbed in decades. She could hear the creaks and groans of the old wooden floorboards underfoot, and a faint hum, like the quiet buzzing of a fly, seemed to emanate from within, growing louder with each step she took. Curiosity got the better of her, and she ventured deeper into the hidden space. The room was small, with cold stone walls and a low ceiling, barely tall enough for her to stand upright. In the center, she found an old rickety chair, surrounded by strange symbols etched into the floor. They seemed to pulse with a faint, eerie glow, casting long, sinister shadows on the walls. Suddenly, Emily heard a faint whispering in her ear. It was soft at first, barely a murmur, but it grew louder, more urgent. The words were indistinguishable, a cacophony of hissing and chittering, but the malevolent intent was clear. She tried to flee, but the door slammed shut behind her with a deafening bang, trapping her inside. As she frantically searched for a way out, the whispers grew louder, more menacing. Emily realized she was not alone in the house. Something ancient, something evil, had been lurking in the shadows, waiting to be unleashed. Panic set in as she stumbled around the room, desperate for an escape. Every step seemed to lead her further into the heart of darkness. The symbols on the floor began to glow brighter, illuminating twisted, macabre images etched into the walls, images of torture, suffering, and despair. And then Emily saw it, a figure tall and gaunt, standing just beyond the edge of the light. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly green fire, and its presence seemed to fill the room with an unspeakable horror. The figure was draped in tattered, blackened robes, its skeletal hands reaching out towards her. As she watched, frozen in terror, the figure began to move closer, its movements slow and deliberate. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony of hatred and malevolence. Emily tried to scream, but her voice was trapped in her throat, her body paralyzed with fear. The figure loomed over her, its eyes burning with an evil intensity. Emily felt herself being drawn into their depths, consumed by the darkness within. She could feel the cold, clammy touch of its hands as they closed around her, pulling her into the void. And then, everything went black. When Emily came to, she was lying on the cellar floor, the hidden door closed behind her. She stumbled out of the cellar, her body trembling, her mind reeling from the terror she had experienced. She vowed never to return. But the whispers lingered in her mind, a haunting reminder of the horrors that lurked in the darkness. As she emerged into the bright sunlight, she felt a sense of relief wash over her. But it was short-lived. She knew that she had disturbed something ancient, something evil, and she knew that it would not rest until it had claimed her soul. Over the next few days, Emily began to experience strange, terrifying occurrences. Doors would slam shut on their own, and the sound of whispers seemed to follow her everywhere. Shadows moved in the corners of her vision, and she felt an icy presence watching her every move. She knew that she had to uncover the secrets of the hidden room, to understand the evil that lurked within. Desperation drove her to search through her grandmother's old belongings, hoping to find some clue, some way to banish the darkness. She found an old journal, filled with cryptic writings and disturbing drawings. It spoke of rituals and sacrifices, of summoning dark entities from beyond the veil. As she delved deeper into the mystery, she realized that some secrets were better left unspoken. The darkness that lurked beyond the hidden door was ancient, malevolent, and patient, and it would wait for her forever. One night, as the whispers grew louder and more insistent, Emily decided to confront the evil. She returned to the cellar, armed with the knowledge from the journal. She opened the hidden door, the foul stench hitting her like a physical blow. The room was just as she had left it, the symbols on the floor glowing with a sickly light. She began the ritual, chanting the ancient words, hoping to banish the entity back to the darkness. But as she spoke, the whispers grew louder, drowning out her voice. The symbols on the floor flared brightly, and the figure reappeared, more menacing than ever. Emily realized too late that she had made a terrible mistake. The ritual did not banish the entity. It summoned it fully into the world. The figure reached out, its skeletal hands closing around her. The whispers became screams, filling her mind with unbearable pain and terror. As the darkness consumed her, Emily knew that she had unleashed something far worse than she could have ever imagined. The evil that lurked beyond the hidden door was free, and it would not stop until it had claimed her soul. The house stood silent and empty, the whispers fading into the shadows. But the darkness remained, waiting for its next victim, forever.